Our final day here in Oakland, California, as you look at their downtown skyline. A few minutes away, we're at the Coliseum. Good to have you with us as the Mariners look to win the series against the Athletics. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Got a good day. Looking for a strong pitching performance from Felix Hernandez as the Mariners continue to chase down the Athletics for the second wild card position. Hot hitter Mitch Haniger is going to lead things off, and here's a look at the rest of the batting order for the Mariners.
Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box, and as Dave was saying, Mitch Haniger has been on a 13-game hitting streak for him. Nelson Cruz hitting fourth in the lineup. He has 33 home runs on the year. That leads the team. And rounding out the nine will be D. Gordon. 30 stolen bases, leads the American League. Edwin Jackson, what a year he has had. Both starts for him, a 4-3 record, but ERA just over 3 and 68 in the 30. Has 49 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .217 against him. He has given up 9 home runs. And the defense for the A's, Ramon Laureano will be in center field, strong throwing arm. Chapman and Olsen on the corners in the infield, and Josh Begley getting his first start behind the plate. And Jackson in his last outing, just 4 2/3 against Houston, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, a couple of walks. He had 4 strikeouts, only threw 78 pitches.
Edwin Jackson has been through the wars. And Felix Hernandez looking to come out with another strong performance. He looked good last week in San Diego.
For the Mariners, in the 2 wins that they have in this series, they've been able to score some runs early in the ball game. Edwin Jackson this year has been difficult to score on first time through the lineup. So they might have to have some patience today as Felix waits his turn.
Tell you what, his numbers are impressive. You look at the first 3 innings.
Yes.
Been very stingy.
Still has a good fastball at 93 miles an hour. He will use his cutter and throw it often at 91, and a slider.
And here we go. First pitch. Right down the pipe for strike. Corey Blazer has got home plate today. Trip Gibson at first. Brian Gorman, the umpire, at second, and Adrian Johnson at third. Edwin Jackson, 16 years in the big leagues. His 13th team. Turns 35 a week from today. Started out the season in the Washington organization at AAA Syracuse Ball Club. Haniger has been as good as anybody in the major leagues on this stretch he's on. This one ripped down the line. That is a fair ball. That'll be extra bases. Another fine start by Mitch Haniger. A bullet double into the corner gets the Mariners going this Sunday afternoon. For Mitch, his 31st double extends his hitting streak to 14 games.
Able to turn on a fastball, and more importantly, keeps it fair. Right down the line. What a job he has done in the leadoff spot. Look at the swing. Right on the barrel. Adrian Johnson, the third base umpire, in great position to make the call. And a good start for the Mariners.
Gene Segura stands in now. Missed a couple of games, come back, and the scat service said, get out of bed and bring out a 3-hit game. That's what he did yesterday. He's coming off, as you know, bruised, deep bone bruise in his shin. Got to bunt Haniger over, fouled it off.
I have to believe that he was bunting on his own. I doubt that they would put the bunt on here in the first inning, especially with Gene and his ability to hit the ball the other way. So just trying to move the runner along.
I mentioned the numbers of Jackson in terms of his stinginess early in ball games. See, he delivers here. Held opposition to 179 batting average runners in scoring position. And 8 of the 9 home runs he's given up have been solo blasts. As you look at Segura, 4th in batting, 2nd in total hits, leads in singles. 3rd in multi-hit games of 49. Just another fine year. 1-1. And to reach out and get that one. He's not happy with himself as Laureano comes in. Easy play for him. 1 away.
Batting third.
StatCast AI powered by AWS. Brings up Robbie Cano, 1 for 5 last night. Had a 4-game hitting streak working. So Haniger at second base. He owns the current longest streak in baseball. It's a career best for Mitch, 14 games. Terrific win last night by the Mariners, 8-7, holding off the A's late.
Jackson has been better against left-handed hitters this year. Big reason why is the cut fastball. Will run it in on their hands. Opponents hitting just .211 off the cutter.
If you're looking at hit purposes, Scott Service says if it's necessary, he will run out Colomé and Diaz again. They're both ready to go. This one popped up. Battling the sun out there is pinned. 2 outs. Robbie left 6 on yesterday, going 1 for 5. I'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Good numbers against Jackson, 5 for 12.
Batting in the 4th position, the designated hitter, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Jackson, like you, Mike, born in Germany, New Ulm, Germany. Look at Nelly.
I guess he was a military kid.
I like your chances on that.
Yep.
Here is Mr. Cruz. Nelly 10th in batting and runs batted in. And the top 6 in home runs.
Saw that note. 9 pitchers used by the A's. They have 14 relievers. Bob Melvin started to mix and match in the 2nd inning of last night's game. They used a total of 24 players in the game. That's a record for the A's.
You like parades?
33 players on their roster right now. I understand they're going to go to 37.
Yeah, saw Mickey Morabito.
Yes.
Dear friend who we know forever. I have 37 guys here in a couple of days. You kidding me?
Traveling secretary, so he's going to have a lot of work to do. One of the best in the business.
Mickey, long time with the Yankees. Came out here with Billy Martin. Been here ever since. Nelly 0 for 4. Had a fielder's choice RBI last night. Trying to pick up Haniger. Led off the ball game with the double down the left field line.
Mariners also had some additions. They now have 11 in their bullpen and probably pick up a couple more players.
They're going to set up bunk beds in a plane.
September baseball. We've already received our seating chart for the plane.
You good?
Fine.
On the wing on the outside, strapped in.
Not quite, but close. We'll see what happens with a few more call-ups.
2-2. So Edwin Jackson, what a career. Dodgers, Tampa Bay, Detroit, White Sox, Cardinals, Washington, Cubs, Atlanta, Miami, San Diego, Baltimore, Washington, Oakland, all aboard. And he's 4-0 against the Mariners dating back 10 years. Jackson with Tampa Bay. Beat the Mariners twice in the 08 season. 09 season he's with Detroit with 7 2/3 5-hit shutout ball. And the most recent time we've seen him was June 30th of 13 in Seattle. He's with the Cubs, went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs and won it. 3-2 here to Nelson Cruz. 2-out runner at second. Up the middle. Oh, it hit the back, catch a break. Mitch is going to score. RBI single. Nelson Cruz, his 84th RBI. Mariners have a 1-0 lead here in the first. Hit the bag.
It certainly looked as if Lowry, the second baseman who was playing up the middle, was going to have a play on this. See him start his dive, and it hits the base, bounces over the top of him.
Well, in less than 24 hours, we've seen that happen twice. Piscotty hit third base for a base hit last night in the 8th for the Athletics. There's Denard's span, 6 for 27 on the road trip. Oh, and he strokes this one right field. Nelly's got a little hitch in the giddy up here. He must have injured himself going to first. He's going to get to third.
You're right about that. I saw him running to first, and it seemed like it was a heel or something bothering him. Definitely limping his way around the bases.
About the last third of his run to first, you could see him come up with a little problem.
Here's Nelson on the base hit, having to reach for it, out of the box in pretty good shape. And then right about there, you can see something grabs him, and he starts to limp.
Span did him a favor, hitting it as hard and as far as he did to get him to third. Brings up Ryan Haley, 4-game hitting streak. 2 for 5, a run and an RBI last night.
Really been squaring the baseball up, staying basically in the middle of the field. Got a home run in the second game of this series, driving in a couple of runs. 24 home runs on the year.
Scott Service said something interesting about Healy. Says, you know, he's been really good, quality at bats, and velocity doesn't overwhelm him. We've seen him hit a couple of fastballs and really give him a ride. A couple of men aboard here, 2 outs and run in.
Good numbers over the last 10 games, hitting over 400. Playing straight up, infield and outfield.
He's talking with himself right now.
Well, that was the cutter. And for Jackson, his best pitch, 92 miles an hour, running it off the outside corner.
Jackson's got a pretty wide variety of pitches. Let's see what he deals here with Healy. 1 and 2, 2 on. Only 1-0 lead. One-two pitch. Comebacker. Underhand flip. A run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We're underway. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. The A's coming to bat. Simeon. Let's take a look at the rest of the A's batting order.
Simeon with good numbers against Felix and a big base hit last night in the 8th inning. Bases clearing base hit, drove in 3 runs. Chris Davis, the cleanup hitter, 40 home runs. That leads all of baseball. Josh Begley again getting his first start. He will round out the 9. For Felix, pitched well in his last few outings, a 5.49 ERA overall. 142 and 2/3. He has 116 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .262 against Felix. And the defense, D. Gordon, he will get to start in center field. Been at second base, but in center field here today. Seager and Healy on the corners, and Mike Zunino will do the catching.
First pitch to Simeon. It's in there for a strike. Marcus 1 for 4, couple RBIs last night. Felix looking for his first win since June 30. Went 5 innings at home, beating Kansas City 6-4. D. Gordon going to get an immediate play here. Glasses are on. He's there. 1 out.
Big out for Felix. Simeon has hit him well, hitting .342 with 4 home runs. So Felix will try to keep him in the ballpark today. The A's are second in the American League in home runs.
Yeah, only to the Yankees.
And the good news for the Mariners is Felix in his last few outings again has been able to keep the ball down, keep it on the ground. That's when he is at his best.
Schedule's very interesting. We leave here. Yankees come in for 3. Then the Yankees come to Seattle for 3. The Yankees right now get tuned up by Detroit. Here's Matt Chapman, 0 for 4 yesterday. Felix against the A's this year 1-3 with a 4.13 ERA.
For Felix, his average fastball this year has been 89 miles an hour, although in his last couple of outings we've seen him more 90 to 92 in that range. Curveball has been his best pitch. The great changeup, of course, an occasional slider.
Down the line, hooking foul. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch. Well done. Yeah, he was right there, came right to him. That was beautiful. Like, I can't believe this is coming right at me and I got a glove. Perfect. Foul ball.
And now they're going to move to a different area. Don't believe it can happen twice.
Good night, everybody. They end on a good note. 1-2 to Chapman. Strike 3 called.
Fastball command is what it's about. And he paints a fastball on the outside corner. 90 miles an hour.
I'm told there is a mechanical adjustment that they made for Felix, just like in golf, probably just a little bit of tweak here and there. The fastball's been better.
I was having a conversation with Scott Service yesterday, and he said, and you probably remember the game, but Scott was talking to Felix after he came out of the game when we were back at home. And he was asking Felix, do you know what you did differently? Because Scott said he could see something. They went back and looked at the tape, and basically what he did was that turn that he normally has, he's going about halfway now.
He used to show his number.
Yeah, so he's still turning, but when he turned too much, he would fly open right away. His arm would drag, and that's the reason why he was having issues. So he's not turning as much. You can see it right there. It's a great look at it.
So you can see the 3, not the 3-4.
And yes, and so his arm now is catching up. And that's the reason why he's getting extension out in front, was what Scott was talking about. With that extension, the ball is going where he wants it to, and he's picked up a couple of miles an hour on his fastball. So just a mechanical change that he had made. And I think the other thing with it is he's continued on his routine. When they sent him to the bullpen, he was going to go into the bullpen, and so he started working out with all the relievers every day, and they throw every day. And he's kept up with that routine because he liked the way he felt when he came out of the bullpen right here in Oakland when Paxton was hurt. And he stayed with it, and he really pitched well against San Diego in his last outing, giving up just a couple of runs over 7 innings, 9 strikeouts in that outing. So staying with it. So hopefully that's something that he can repeat here for the last month of the season.
It would come in handy, no question.
There's a fastball at 91 miles an hour.
So 3-2 here to Lowry. The 1-0 for 3 last night.
Felix's best pitch this year has been his curveball. Opponents hitting just 194 against his curveball, 229 on the changeup.
Payoff to Lowry. Yeah, Mariner fan make that play. Well done, young man. with the giant cap on.
Also a glove.
Well done. Coming up, Baltimore for 3. Day off Thursday, Yankees for 3, and then San Diego again, and then the final road trip, which begins in Anaheim, and that'll take us Anaheim, Houston, and then Arlington. Here's Seager. Gobbles this up.
Good inning.
Nice start. Haniger gets on. They drive him home, and Felix has a clean inning in the first. Good beginnings here in Oakland. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores. By the Emerald Queen Casino presenting The Voice. Paul Rogers, September 29th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Jet Closing. Buying a home? Jet Closing can save you time, money, and stress. Visit jetclosing.com today. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. We've got a glorious Sunday afternoon. 71 degrees. Blue sky above here in Oakland, California. Begin the second inning. Kyle Seager's been dropped down in the lineup in the 7-hole. Zunino and Gordon here in the second inning.
Kyle with a base hit and RBI in last night's game. Got a good count for him.
We're talking about Felix, what he can do for this ball club in terms of his resurgence. Ditto to Kyle Seager in terms of his offense. Defense has been pretty solid. 2-1. Kyle will be the first to tell you the .218 batting average is not where he wants to be. Shift on for Kyle. 2-2. Just joining us, the Mariners leadoff double, Mitch Haniger. 2 outs later, Nelson Cruz brought him home. Ariano pretty much in his tracks. But swirling wind. Boy, he had to come in. It looked like he was going to be okay, and then he had to come in 10 steps. 1 away.
High skies, sunglasses on.
Hitting in the 8th position, the catcher, number 3, Mike Zunino.
Scouting report inside the cap.
How about Joe West taking one?
I saw that.
Taken away from the Phillies pitcher yesterday. Backhanded by Simeon. Steps into the throw and gets Zunino. One of the most anticipated series of the season is upon us when the Bronx Bombers visit the Pacific Northwest for a 3-game weekend set starting Friday. Watch the Mariners and Yankees square off for a weekend series of long balls ballpark there in good times. Tickets remade at Mariners.com. So Joey Cora said that'll be the Joe West ruling once they figure out what they want to do with it.
I think Major League Baseball said that it was okay as long as it wasn't delaying the game. Came out today with that.
He slaps one foul.
So basically we show it all the time, but the outfielders, they have a chart in their back pocket that they will look at.
A little index card, like a 3x5.
Right, to tell them, it gives them the scouting report and where their positioning is supposed to be. And I can't remember who the pitcher was for the Phillies, but he had one of those in his back pocket, and it was a scouting report. He was looking at it. It didn't seem that it was quick. And Joe West, because I had never seen it. Have you ever seen it? I've never seen it with a pitcher.
No. Everybody else
ended up taking the card from him. But then I think Major League Baseball today ended up saying that it's okay as long as you're not delaying the game.
It's reasonable.
I had some people here at the ballpark today ask me if I would care as a hitter, and I wouldn't care. They already have a scouting report. If the pitcher,
they know what kind of gum you chew. Come on.
Everything. And if he wants to look at the card, he still has to execute the pitches, right? He still has to execute. And if he has to look at a card, it doesn't make a difference to me as a hitter.
Ground ball to the second baseman, Jed Lowry. Jackson, a 1-2-3 second. Mariners lead at 1-0. Link light rail tickets right to your phone. Paying is easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. Hope their family and friends getting a gander at them back home in the Pacific Northwest. Chris Davis, how about the club he joined last night? He and Jimmy Double X Fox, 32, 33, 34. The only two guys in A's history to have 3 consecutive 40 home run seasons.
Hit his 40th home run last night. It was out to right field. One, two, three, first inning for Felix.
That had to do a lot of good to his confidence coming in, get off to a good start, especially after the Mariners put a run up for him in the first.
Yeah, and he's been pitching well in his last few outings. He's pitched extremely well against Oakland in his career, so a lot of positives for him today. We'll see how the rest of it goes, but a good first inning.
There is Chris Davis atop an impressive list. Giancarlo Stanton will be here in Oakland and then New York this coming week. Check down to Tripp Gibson. Davis's at bat continues, 3-2. Seager gets a friendly hop, throws out Davis.
Already a couple of ground ball outs for Felix. Another key for him, keeping the ball on the ground, especially against this A's team.
They're looking to do big damage like this guy, Matt Olson. He's got 24 home runs, 65 runs batted in. 0 for 2. Late entry into the game. Last night as a pinch hitter, struck out twice.
Fastball at 91 miles an hour.
That's a big change from, say, a month and a half ago. That's hit well. Right there's Mitch Haniger. 2 away. Mariners celebrate you, the best fans in baseball, on Friday, September 28th. It's the perfect night for Mariner fans, filled with giveaways, prizes, surprises, and a fireworks spectacular presented by T-Mobile. Get seats today at Mariners.com. Exciting time here to be a Mariner fan. Still very much in it. Last night you got a good performance from Paxton. There's another ground ball. Felix cruising, 6 up, 6 down here in Oakland. Team he's dominated over the years, and they could use another. Mariners could use another dominating performance today. 1-0 Seattle. Coming up next, brought to you by CenturyLink. The Baltimore Orioles, Hun, from Charm City, are coming to town. Josh Rogers, Alex Cobb, and a TBA be on the mound for them. It has been a brutal season for the Orioles. 40-96 coming into today's action. Here's Mitch Haniger. 1-1 pitch, doubled down the left field line, scored on the Cruz base hit. We get plenty of room here. You never give up on a foul ball, and into the stands. Haniger, Segura, and Cano top the order for the Mariners in the third. Infield straight up. Susie outfield for Mitch. 1-1. How about this week for the Yankees, though? The Mariners and the A's can dig into their lead. They get Houston. A lot of things can happen here in terms of the wild card situation.
You're right about that, and that's the reason why I thought that today's game so important. The Mariners winning 2 out of the first 3, have a chance to win 3 out of 4 here and win the series, get themselves to where they're 3.5 back if they are able to win today. And able to lay off with that cutter away. Because, as you mentioned, and look, the Mariners are going to have to play good baseball, but they go home, they get Baltimore, a team that has struggled. The Yankees come in here, and I think that once you start to close that gap, even you're applying pressure, and teams will feel that. And there's an opportunity for the Mariners to apply some of that pressure.
I mean, it's exciting as you look at it. And a chance to get back at San Diego. You got an opportunity there. You got 4 games with the Angels coming up. They've been scuffling all year. And now with Paxton back, you got, it's like Felix showing some really good signs here. Breaking ball, and it misses. Mitch Haniger on board again.
I think the main thing with all of it, Dave, is you win this game today, and you get to 3.5, and then you have a couple of weeks to do some damage to it and apply more pressure, because then you finish that last homestand with Oakland. You have 3 with Oakland at home.
And the point, and the other point with the A's taking on the Yankees here, you know, you hope, actually, you root for the Yankees to knock them down.
Yes. Well, I think the thing about it too is you have to remember the A's, and really give them a lot of credit. They've played so well.
Been tremendous.
They've been tremendous, but they just lost a series.
2 starters.
And they lost 2 of their starters, and they have a chance to lose a series today. Then you have New York coming in. Maybe they lose another series, and maybe for the 2 months that they were hot, maybe that's turning back around, as you would expect the numbers to overall. And they come back to the pack a little bit. But the Mariners, the key to it all is the Mariners have to continue to win series.
Good lead for Mitch at first. Segura with a fly ball center field first time up.
I've been reaching for a slider that was away from him. Had 3 hits last night.
Talking about those A's numbers, they're now since June 16, 47 and 20. So with the loss last night. Gene trying to extend his inning streak to 4 ball games. 7 for his last 12. Slow roller. Get the tag. Lowry throws. Segura beats the throw. Out at second is Haniger. 4 unassisted. 1 out. Man aboard here in the 3rd. Make sure you join us Tuesday during the Mariners game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to get 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the ball game. Going to be posting questions and want to hear from you, so be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at RootSports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com. Robbie Cano be the hitter. 0 for 1, fly to left. Career .241 hitter against Edwin Jackson. That was Nelly.
Nelly, yeah.
Assistant manager Nelson Cruz does want to go to law school when he's done. Be a pretty imposing counselor in the courtroom. Gene's had a good year stealing bases, and Nelly's one of those guys, says it with a smile, but he gives you a recommendation, a pretty good chance you're going to do it. Two-0, Robbie in charge right now. Second half debut back here, right here in Oakland on 14th of August after he served his suspension. Too long.
Look at the percentages. He knew 2-0 that he was going to get a fastball, and sometimes you'll cheat a little bit trying to catch it out in front, and that's probably borderline at the top of the strike zone. But worth taking a chance.
2-1 to Cano. Smacked into right field, and the catch is made out there. Segura back safely. Nice play by Piscotty on the liner off the bat of Robbie Cano.
A bad break for Robbie. Hit it right on the button. Plays like this, when you square it up, it's the reaction. You can see him break on it right away.
Nelson Cruz.
Oh, man. Got a little torque on that wrist. Nice play.
Nelson Cruz with a base hit and an RBI his first time up. Did not run well, though, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Ended up reaching for a slider that he hit back up the middle. Hit second base, bounced over Lowry's head. He had a tough time getting around the bases when Span hit a double right behind him.
Alley now 6 for 23. I think that's 6 for 13 against Jackson. Bouncing ball to Chapman. Easy out, inning over. The Mariners leave a runner in the third, leading 1-0. Nice pick-me-up. Felix Hernandez 6 up, 6 down through the first 2 innings. He's got Ramon Laureano, Chad Pinder, and Josh Figley. Bottom third of the order here, third inning. 1-0 on a Nelson Cruz first inning single.
And the good news is he's keeping Kyle Seager busy over at third. Already 3 ground ball outs to Kyle. Usually a good sign for Felix when he's down in the zone, but Kyle has been busy early.
Assisted on 3 of the last 4 outs. Mariano 1 for 2, scored 2 runs last night. Good looking pitch.
Well, his curveball has been his best pitch this year. Always hitting 194 on his curveball. The key to it is his fastball and locating the fastball.
And on the hands, fouled off. Angels in Houston, they play later on tonight. Yankees trailing 11-7, bottom 9 against Detroit. Swing and a miss, tagged by Zunino. Second strikeout for Felix. Tied the first 7 men.
And that looked like it was the great changeup from Felix. 85 miles an hour down out of the strike zone, getting him to chase it. There's a look. Bottom falls out of it, just disappears on him.
Brings up Chad Pinder, a left fielder. Ball one. Pinder 1 for 3 last night. Mariners lead in this series 2-1. They won a gut-twisting 8-7 game last night. Built up an early lead, 8-1, and then held on. Up the middle. Cano can't get to a first base runner. First hit.
That's okay. It's still on the ground.
Yeah, the signs are really good. And when the Mariners welcome the Orioles to town tomorrow, fans are going to have back-to-back chances to score, select bleacher or view level seats for $15 and Maynard Club seats for $30. It's all part of Mariners Value Games presented by BECU. Visit mariners.com/value. Josh Fegley, the catcher now. Inside, ball one. Fegley in just his 29th game. Grounded into 2 double plays. Started that breaking ball right at him. Fegley entered the game as a pinch hitter. 6th inning. And tight on him.
Felix is going well. He has the opportunity or the ability to throw his curveball for a strike early in counts, try to steal a strike, but he can also bury it. He'll throw that curveball a little bit harder, probably more of a 12-6 action that will bury into the dirt. Didn't chase it.
There's your double play opportunity. Gene for 1, over to Healy for 2. Nicely done. Good fielding your position. 3-4. Face the minimum through 3. To run like he's a sprint option quarterback here. Look at this. And Gene Segura will make you get down. You come in standing up, you're in trouble. Fegley hitting into his 3rd double play of the season. Nice turn.
Well done all the way around. Felix fielding his position and keeping the ball on the ground. Well done.
Oh, wait, Gene. I mean, the guy was already going down, and Gene just goes down lower. Hey, man, you better slide as low as you better find a hole.
Well, Gene has a pretty good fastball, too.
Here's Denard Span, double first time, double to right. Pops this one up. Chapman, it's hanging for him, and he's there.
Well, for Edwin Jackson, we talked about him through the first 3 innings. Opponents hitting 145 against him. But after that, jumps up to 287. He has struggled second, third time through the lineup. Hopefully the Mariners can add a few more runs, because it appears that Felix has it working again today.
Yes.
Now batting, number 27, Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy coming up. The comebacker to Jackson to end the first inning. Couple of men aboard. One. Good for Ryan. 24 home runs. He had 25 in 149 games last year. So he's going to set a personal best when we move forward here in home runs.
What I really like about it too is when Robbie rejoined the team, Scott was going to have to move him around, and some guys were going to miss some at bats, and that included Ryan, quite frankly. And you hear him complain about it at all, and really since then he has really turned it on, so that he is staying in the lineup more and more because of the damage that he is doing. And I really tip my hat to him for that.
Talked to Scott the other day. Hey man, it's go time. We got to play your best players, and he's one of them right now. He's hit the ball with authority. Takes a walk here. With one out in the fourth. Jackson, his second walk. Stick around after the game for Mariners postgame, presented by Alaska Airlines. Angie and Ryan will have the details for you, and Fred Adam right here at the ballpark. After talking about defense with Scott and how they metrically, you know, they
position guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying the word was that the numbers on Healy weren't really good. He says, I don't care. He's fielded his position really well.
I think so.
I mean, I think he's been outstanding.
I think he has been too.
He made a good point. You got D. Gordon playing second base for a lot. Here's Seager. And he said he doesn't get that ball to his right because he knows he doesn't go for it because he knows either Robbie or D's there.
And it's actually a smart way to play it. That is absolutely the smart thing to do. Is when you have to know where the second baseman is. If you're aware of that and a ground ball is hit, it's much easier for you to go to the bag and let the second baseman field a routine ground ball, as opposed to you running over with the backhand and trying to hit a pitcher on the run, throwing it to him as he's trying to cover first. So why wouldn't you do it that way?
Smack to left center field. It's hanging up in the air for Pindit. I mean, and the way,
and I can see where that would hurt him. It doesn't show the range that maybe he would normally have, just because he's not making an effort towards that ball, because it's the right play to make.
It's interesting how they're quantifying those defensive metrics. And Scott made a point. He says a lot of guys, you know, who are various places do it. They're doing it off of TV. He says we have the Mariners guys. They're in the ballpark. They can see what's going on. And just because the guy's making, he was talking about Laureano, nice player, but he says Heredia gets to those balls without the dive. Good first step, good route. Here's Zunino.
The other thing too that with Ryan is the way that he works at it over there. You see him out there all the time, maniacally with the fungo. He's got the small glove and working on picking the ball to help his infielders out when they make a poor throw.
He's made a lot of those.
He's done it a bunch, and he's out there all the time working at it.
0-2 hole for Mike.
Mike rounded out to short his first time up. Backhanded play by Simeon, the shortstop.
Leadoff double in the first by Haniger. RBI single. Cruz, the only scorer at this point. Jackson still pumping some pretty good gas there at 95.
He's topped out at 96 so far. His best cutter has been 93.
Jackson a week away from his 35th birthday. 1-2 pitch. Began his career with the Dodgers, 6th-round pick back in 01. Two to Zunino. Looks at ball 3.
Common here in the second half. Pitchers at high fastball to Mike. Borderline pitches, and been able to lay off of it so far as Edgar watches.
Haley ready to take off on this 3-2 pitch. There he goes. Pitch inside corner. Mike jackknifed out of the way, but he's rung up by Corey Blazer. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 4th, a 1-0 lead. Brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. And by the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter, investing in our future. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Group on hand here. Final game this season in Oakland. We'll see the A's one more time back home in Seattle starting on September 24th, a 3-game series. Felix Hernandez looked good, helped himself starting a 1-6-3 double play to end the 3rd. He's got top of the order here now, Marcus Semien.
Yeah, through the first 3 innings, has faced the minimum, gave up the 1 base hit and had the double play. Number of ground ball outs for him. He's been down in the zone.
Foul ball. One pitch. D. Gordon has it trapped. 1 out.
And his location for Felix. He went with a 2-seamer. It looked like running it in. Was able to hit the inside corner, and that's the reason why he was able to jam him just enough. Lazy fly ball out to center field.
Here's Chapman. Chapman first time up took a called 3rd strike. Detroit 11-7 at New York. They split a 4-game series. Angels with Ohtani on the mound play at Houston later on tonight. Pretty decent Sunday afternoon crowd here in Oakland as Felix way behind here, 3-1. He struck out 2, hasn't walked anybody, giving up 1 hit.
We'll have to make a quality pitch. Chapman with 22 home runs on the year, and he has been hot since the All-Star break.
Walked it. First free pass. That's against a guy who's a career 0 for 11 against Felix. Seattle Mariners would like to thank Great Clips for their support of tomorrow's electric 80s barbershop at Safeco Field. Together, we're celebrating All-Star closer Edwin Diaz becoming the first pitcher in Mariners history to save 50 games in a single season. Mariners baseball true to the blue. Jed Lowry fouls him off. Lowry bounced up the middle. Seager in the shift, able to grab, field the grounder and throw him out. Cano, Segura, double play.
Nice.
Real nice. I'm telling you, that was slick. Enjoy it. That was fun. 1-0 Mariners. Presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. D trying to bunt his way on. Chapman, nice play.
Just too much of the barrel. Good idea. Chapman was even with the bag at third, but too much of the barrel makes it an easier play for him. Wasn't able to deaden it. He wanted to kill this right down the line and wasn't able to do it. Nice hop for Chapman also.
Here we go with Henniger, third time through. Double and a walk and a run scored. Down the right field line, Piscotty will not make the play. Foul ball. part of his meal. One to Mitch. This one. Play. And also, well, here's some food for thought here, Mike, as we move forward in pursuit of this playoff spot. Versus teams 500 record or better. The Mariners are 35 and 32, minus 29 run differential. The A's are 27 and 36, a 60 run differential.
Well, it's an interesting thing, and it's something that people have talked a lot about, but I kind of like the way that Scott looks at it. Probably about a week ago now. Saw some of the things that he had said about the run differential.
Hey, we're winning games.
And it is right. It is what it is, but we're winning games. And I think if you look at all the close games that they've won this year,
oh my gosh.
and when they've lost, there's some lopsided losses in there, and that's the reason why the run differential is what it is. But just one of those years, and I think at this point in the season, look, you're in September.
And you're in it.
And you're in it. I wouldn't be too concerned about where it's at this point.
33 and 18 in one-run games with last night's 8-7 decision. Here's the other thing: 13 and 1 in extra innings too. That's really good.
Yeah, and I think most of the time when you see a run differential like that, you would think that is something that you're not going to be able to sustain. But they have up to this point. So finish up counting today 26 games and see where you're at. And I like the run differential, but sometimes
it doesn't tell a story all the time.
No, it doesn't. And,
right.
and there's just always going to be that year in there somewhere. And maybe that's the case for the Mariners.
See him turning away from that 2-1. Probably hasn't happened often, but I'm sure there've been enough winning teams and maybe even gone deep, maybe even won with
a negative run differential. Yeah.
Big time fly ball. Laureano. Boy, it looked like Pinder had it all the way, and turned out not to be the case. Laureano bails him out, and Pinder's appreciative. 1-0. Four innings. And he gets Laureano right here on a pitch that just goes to another world. One of his 2 strikeouts. Right now, Ryan Rowland-Smith joins us from back in our studios. Ryan, your pitcher's outlook on what Mr. Hernandez has done to this point.
Ryan, can you speak a little bit? This goes back up the middle, just missing Felix, but Cano will handle it. Can you speak to the conversation that I had with Scott yesterday, where Scott was talking about Felix is not turning as much? He said that when he was turning so much that he was flying open, and now because he's basically abbreviated that, he's getting extension and the baseball is going where he wants it to. And I think that the other, to your point too, one thing that we have seen in his last 3 outings and even today, and you mentioned his fastball and his usage of the fastball. The other part of it too, Ryan, is he's keeping it on the ground. Is that because of the movement, the location, or they're just late on it? What's the reason for that?
Ryan, we appreciate your insights as always. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Another strikeout for Felix, his third against Olsen. 2 down here in the 5th. Boy, this is fun watching him work through this lineup. Team that hits a bunch of home runs, second only to the Yankees. 4th in hits, 7th in batting average, 5th in runs.
I think the thing too is, and it's so difficult, and everybody wants results right now, and especially when it comes to somebody like Felix, because he's had up to this point such a great career and things have been easy for him, and he's been the best pitcher in the game with his Cy Young Award and all the other things he's done. This is hit well on the left.
That's a problem. 1-1 game. This is Scotty's 20th home run, 64th RBI.
That's what the A's do. We talked about it. They're second in the American League in home runs, and I'm curious to see. I didn't see where Mike was set up, if he was set up on the outside corner, but it's a fastball at 91 miles an hour. Ended up middle in, but it's down at the bottom of the strike zone from Era Supermo, and he drops the barrel on it. Catches it out in front, lines it. Mike set more away. You can see it start to run back the inner half of the plate. And it was down.
There's Laureano.
But you try to make all these adjustments, and it's taken Felix a little while, but maybe he's finally to that point. We'll see. 2 good curveballs to him.
0-2. Laureano struck out on a 1-2 pitch in the 3rd. Taking over the center field spot since being called up in late July. Home run by Piscotty, 394, and the carry Exavilo at 100. For Seager. His 4th assist. Nice grab over there by Healy. Piscotty's home run ties it at 1-1. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealers.com. Good to have you with us as we look at shipping channel here at Oakland. 1-1 ball game, just tied up by Stephen Piscotty with a home run. Nelson Cruz RBI single in the first, got the Mariners on the board. And Nelly is out there on the on-deck circle, which is a good sign. Earlier in the game, it looked like he pulled something. So
it was not running well in his first two at bats. Either running to first or going first to third. Was not running well, and his last time hitting a ground ball to the third baseman, and he could barely get down to first. So
Robbie fouls one off. Last time up for Cano. Hit a line drive right field. A nice sliding catch by Piscotty. Evan White, what a year he's had. 3 for 3, double, 2 runs, and an RBI. And here's Edwin Jackson pitching into the 6th. First time he's done that since August 11th against the Angels. 7-0 win.
Jackson now at 65 pitches, but the bullpen is busy for the A's. Lefty and righty going.
Up the middle. Simeon had him played perfectly. One away here in the 6th. CenturyLink brings you what's next. Erasmo Ramirez goes against Josh Rogers. Veteran Alex Cobb. Very difficult year for him. Goes against Wade LeBlanc. What a beauty in his last time out. Mike Leake 8-9. Yet to find out who he'll be his mound opponent. One out here in the Mariners top of the 6th. Nelly an RBI base hit. Ball up the middle and hit the bag. One into the outfield and it scored Hannigan. Second time up, he grounded out to third. One, two. Between his legs, so May got a piece of him.
No, I think his right leg is the leg that's bothering him. And
oh, and 2.
so difficult to hit if you don't have your base underneath you. But we've also seen Nelson hit the ball out of the ballpark with that. He's trying to stay in there.
Mariners hitless since putting up a run on 3 hits in the first inning.
Right there you can see he could barely keep his balance.
We've seen him tough it out many a time. 1-2 pitch. Laureano has to give some ground there. 2 away. Mariner fans save time and money. And you use the Link Light Rail to come to your next Mariners game. It's both affordable and convenient with Safeco Field just 15 minutes from the UW station at 33 from Angle Lake. For more information, visit mariners.com/go. Got a beautiful day here this Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are watching, listening. 2 outs in the 6th and a 1-1 game. Keep an eye on Nelly.
He is really hurting.
There's Denard Span. Double and a foul out to the third baseman Chapman.
I know that you appreciate this too, Dave, and it's a little thing, but you have different types of leaders, and some of it is by example. And watching Nelson trying to gut this thing out, and everybody's seeing that he is struggling with it, but he still made sure that he made it all the way down the line and touched first base. It's a small thing, but it means something.
Guys see it.
See it, yes.
Great example.
And nobody would say anything if halfway there he just kind of peeled off and went back to the dugout, but he didn't do that. And again, it's a small thing. I understand that, but people see it.
He's been very consistent with that over the years when we've seen him ailing.
Yeah.
And again, every time I see him, if I see him in the beginning of the day or late in the day, he says, "How are you doing?" He wants an answer. It's not a perfunctory, "Hey, how you doing?" and just keep on walking. No. He wants an answer.
Yeah.
2-2 here to Span.
Different injuries through the years, and he'll be in the lineup, and I'll ask him during batting practice, "How you doing?" "Good enough to play." That's his answer. Good enough to play.
There you go. Span's worked a 3-2 count. 2 out, nobody on. Ryan Healy on deck. Span working it this time. He saw 2 pitches in his first 2 at bats. Paid off first time with a double to right. Popped up, fouled out to Chapman the second time. Strike 3 call. Span, a few words for Corey Blazer. 1, 2, 3. How about Edwin Jackson and Felix Hernandez dueling, tied at 1-1. Mars Women Are From Venus book. Time now for our cricket attendance for today's game. 21,497. That is really cool. He hung one. A base hit the center field off the bat of Chad Pinder. His second base hit. Both have gone to center field. Third hit given up by Felix. Gotten out of potential problems in the third and fourth with double plays. The one in the third, he started it. A running throw to second base. Matt Joyce going to pinch hit here for Josh Fegley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics. Pinch hitting for Josh Fegley. Number 23, Matt.
I don't know if Matt is related to the late great James Joyce, but he could probably work it and has worked it over the years.
And you will see this from the A's the rest of the way. We talked about their roster. They have 33. It sounds like they're going to go to 37. They used 24 players last night. We already saw the bullpen up early here this afternoon and going right to the bench, trying to get matchups. And with that, Nick Benson starting to get loose in the pen for the Mariners. Dave mentioned Felix with a couple of double plays turned behind him. He started one of them.
Joyce, a 140 hitter, 6 for 43, a homer against Felix.
Felix 64 pitches, 42 strikes.
There's Nick. Pitched well last night. Joyce in his first action since July 4th. Zunino was right at his feet, couldn't find it, and advancing to second is Pinder. Wild pitch. Go ahead run at second.
In the dirt off the heel of his glove. I think it actually hit the umpire. Mike thought it was going to the backstop, and it hits the umpire, I believe, and bounces back forward. That's exactly what happened. So Mike thought it was going to be behind him, and it was right at his feet.
2-1. 3-1. It's a big pitch. Walked it. Second walk issued by Felix. We checking with Angie Mente.
Now batting, shortstop, number 10, Marcus Semien.
And need to have one too, and they need to come up with some outs here. Angie, thank you very much. There's Felix, what he's done over his last 3 outings.
See what Bob Melvin wants to do. The A's, rare for them to bunt. They are 13th in sacrifice bunts, and they like to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Semien, their leadoff hitter, walking to the plate. So we'll see how they want to play it. Kyle Seager even with the bag at third. Same with Healy at first.
Semien, the hitters, flied out twice to center. Shows bunt. Strike one. Two bunts for Semien this season. Oh, and it gets by Zunino, and the runners move up, and now Semien can swing away. The wild pitch.
Mike set up on the outside corner. He just spikes it.
1-1 to Semien. Seager off his glove. Runs going to score. Pinder. Joyce ran through the stop sign. Here's a throw by Span. He's in there safely. Matt Williams had a big roadblock up there. Joyce kept on chugging. A's with the lead, 3-1.
For Felix, the infield is in. He wants to strike out or try to get a ground ball. Here's the ground ball right off the end of the glove of Kyle. It looks as if that will be it for Felix. Scott Service on his way out to the mound. Felix with 70 pitches. And he's going to get Nick Benson.
Step aside. Here in the 6th, the A's taking the lead, 3-1.
Number 50, Nick
for the Athletics. Let's review what Felix has done today.
5+ for Felix, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. A couple of walks, 3 strikeouts, 70 pitches, 44 strikes.
Bacon Plumbing called to the pen. Bring us Nick Vincent.
Will make 50 appearances on the year. ERA just over 4. Opponents hitting .220 against him.
Got Matt Chapman. Got by Seager. Runner digging for third, and he's going to get there. That's Simeon. The A's with a big uprising here in the 6th. Simeon going all the way to third, had to play in front of him, and he made it.
Big hole on the left side of the infield. Kyle not able to get to it. An aggressive base running by Simeon on a base hit to left field.
Jed Lowry, 0 for 2. Big time jam, nobody out. Another base hit. Simeon scores. Chapman to third. 4-1 Athletics. There's Jed Lowry with yet another RBI against the Mariners. He has really been mighty. Lowry now with 15 RBIs this season against Seattle, 52 for his career.
Elevated fastball in the inner half. He jams him, soft line drive into right field, but drive in a run. Still first and third. Camaro Supermo in the swing. Right on the label.
Last 5 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs. Up and into Chris Davis. A couple of blinks. One game goes to 4-1.
Go to the cut fastball, try to run it off the outside corner, keep it away from Davis.
Davis 0 for 2, couple of ground outs, 6th in the league in strikeouts with 147. Leads the majors with 40 home runs.
Armstrong and Duke getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Davis is gone. Much needed first out. I'll bring up Matt Olson. Lined out to right and struck out.
That's got service on his way out to the mound. Looks like he's going to get the left-hander Duke.
Pitching change. Playing a matchup game. 4-1 Athletics. bring a youngster, put the big headphones on to protect their hearing. Probably a good idea. Right now, Mariners get you some out. Zach Duke takes over.
This will be his 60th appearance on the year. 4.26 ERA. 44 and a 30. That's 42 strikeouts. Fastball in the upper 80s. A breaking ball.
Seventh man to the plate here in the sixth. Matt Olson. Zach Duke faced one hitter last night, get a force out.
And now that the A's have a lead, Lou Trevino getting loose in the pen, hard throwing right-hander.
Once you get to the top shelf guys, they are all hard throwing. Fouled off. And some crew they have down there. One out, runners at the corners. 3 runs on the board here in the sixth. Two-one pitch. 3-1. Mariners have a run on 3 hits. All that damage coming in the first inning. They haven't had a hit since the first frame. Full count. Two pitch, runners at the corners. Lost him, and the bases are loaded.
Good breaking ball, well located breaking ball. Didn't get the call on it.
Bases loaded. The Yankees lose to Detroit, splitting a 4-game series here. How it's reflected in the standings. Astros will face Shohei Ohtani of the Angels later on tonight. You see why the Mariners want this game badly. Another pitching change with Steven Piscotty coming up, right-hander coming on, and we'll be right back. To catch every moment this season, get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Sean Armstrong, as we come to you from the Coliseum, a few minutes away from downtown Oakland. Sean Armstrong takes over. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3 runs in.
Average fastball 93 miles an hour, cutter, slider.
Got Steven Piscotty, 0-1. Piscotty with a homer, tied in the 5th. Rounded out the 3rd, his first time up.
Just a couple of appearances for him. Trying to get a ground ball, so even get a double play and get out of this inning. Mariners have turned a couple of double plays today.
Fly ball plenty deep to score a run from third. He gets it back in. Laureano, like that Lowry, tags and goes to third. Scoring on the play, Chapman, 5-1 lead.
Second RBI for Piscotty.
Now batting, center fielder, 42, Laureano.
Runners at the corners again. Ninth man to the plate, Laureano here in the sixth. 0 for 2. Outside. Started with Chad Pinder, base hit against Felix the center, walk to Joyce, 2-run single by Simeon. Foul off. Laureano, ninth man to the plate.
Since being called up, he has played well for the A's. Seen a lot of highlights of him defensively, but came into the game hitting .323 on the year.
Two and two. Mariners lone run on Nelson Cruz first inning. Ground ball, base hit up the middle that hit the second base bag and scored Haniger from second, who had led off the game with a double. Since that time, Edwin Jackson has been tough, striking out 2, walking 2. He's not allowed a hit. Innings 2 through 6.
Well, I think he will be out of the ball game now.
That bullpen?
Yes.
No doubt about it. Swing and a miss. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left. A's with a 5-1 lead. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew here. Beautiful day here in Oakland. Scoreboard not real pretty right now. And now you get into the teeth of this bullpen for Oakland.
It will be difficult, but the Mariners have no choice. They're going to have to swing it. 58 appearances, a 2.22 ERA for Lou Trevino. Opponents hitting just 182 against him. He has 70 strikeouts in 65 innings. His fastball will be 98 miles an hour and a cutter.
There's your 98, strike one to Ryan Healy. Comebacker to the pitcher and a walk. Healy, Seager, Zunino, 6, 7, and 8 coming up.
Ryan Cook getting loose for the Mariners. Just called up. Recalled for the Mariners.
Edwin Jackson, 6 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 77 pitches, 45 for strikes. That's right on the line. Chapman. What an arm, huh? Five feet off the ground?
I would say so. It was a laser.
Brings up Kyle Seager. Fly to center, fly to left. Put the shift on against Kyle. That's going to work. One hop to the fence. Bounces around out there. Kyle in with a 1-out double. It's his 32nd 2-base hit. Comes with 1 out here in the 7th.
Aggressive on the fastball. First pitch swing, fastball, inner half of the plate.
Number 3, Mike Zunino.
Team leader in doubles and extra base hits. There's Mike Zunino. Jonathan Lucroy takes over behind the plate. Zunino ground out to short and strike out looking. That speed gun's not malfunctioning. He just keeps hitting 98.
And the Mariner hitters will see that the rest of the way. Familia will rush it up there. Rodney still throws hard, and Trinan, the closer.
Formidable crew.
It's trouble.
Can't find it. Oh, off his glove. Seager is about halfway. He'll stop at third. So Zunino at first. And it looked like Olsen had a pretty good beat on him. Hit off his glove. Those things are really tough. You've had your share at third base, right? Going back in that triangle.
Yeah, looking over his shoulder, and then the ball's going to move to the line. You see him trying to make the adjustment last second.
Good base hit. And again, what we talked about the last couple of nights of swirling winds here.
That will bring up D. Gordon. D hitting 9th in the lineup. A couple of runners on with 1 out.
D, 2 ground outs. Second, that was a bunt. Chapman. And a nice play on. Chapman with his toes on the grass at third. 1-1. Seager at third, Zunino at first. One out here in the 7th, down 5-1 after the Aces put a 4 spot on the board. Breaking ball for strike. Highest winning percentage in the big leagues. It's 2 16. There you go. That will be caught here. Seager, and he slams on the brakes.
Good idea.
Yep. Pender got it in there. Thought that ball had a chance to get down. 2 outs. It's your hottest hitter to the plate, Mitch Haniger.
Yeah, and down 4 runs, you have to be absolutely sure. And Pender has a strong throwing arm.
Mitch Haniger.
It's be an interesting matchup. Mitch can hit a good fastball, and that's what he's going to see from Trevino.
Leadoff double on a 1-1 pitch to start the ball game. Second time up, he walked. He fouled out to the first baseman Olsen in his 3rd plate appearance. Scored the only run on the Cruz RBI single.
Starts him off with a cutter at 92.
2 outs. The Mariners. A couple of hits here. Seager and Zunino. Kyle, first base hit for the Mariners since the 1st inning.
Haniger started the game off with a double. He scored the run in the 1st. His hitting streak to 14 games now.
Good count for him. 2-0. Ryan Booker, the only lefty, one of 3 lefties, beg your pardon. That was before the expansion. And Fernando Rodney heating up in the A's pen. 2-0 pitch to Mitch. Fernando on the left, Ryan Booker on the right. Two-one pitch from Trevino. 2 out, 2 on. 2-2. $21,497, many on their feet here at the Coliseum. Ricky Henderson Field. 2-2 here to Haniger. Swing and a miss. Got him. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go home 7th here in Oakland. A's with a 5-1 lead. as we come to you here from Oakland, California. Ricky Henderson Field, the Coliseum here in Oakland. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. 5-1 as the A's in the 6th. 9 men to the plate. 4 runs on 4 hits. They chase Felix Hernandez. And now time starting to run short. Mariners trying to rally here and win this series. New pitchers, former Oakland A, Ryan Cook, just recalled by the Mariners.
11 appearances for the Mariners. In 9 1/3, he has 14 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opponents hitting .250 against him. Still has a good fastball at 95 miles an hour and a slider.
There's Chad Pinder to lead it off. Long foul. On the carom. All right, nice. Gave it to the kid. There you go. Good job. Oh, and 2 to Pinder. Had a good day. Base hit the center. 2 base hits the center. Second time he scored. Ryan Cook, 31 years old, out of Clovis, California. Made the All-Star team 2012 with the Athletics. 6-2 record, 14 saves. 80 strikeouts, 27 walks that year in 73 innings. Out of baseball, was glad to be back. We saw him in spring training, missed the 16 and 17 seasons in the big leagues. Two and two.
Mixing it up with his fastball and slider. Fastball 93 to 95 today.
Last time we saw Cook up here June 20th at Yankee Stadium, a walk-off homer. 2-2. Struck him out. Good pitch. Top of the zone, 1 away. We want you to join the conversation for up-to-date game information and live interaction. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out. Stay connected with Root Sports.
Jonathan Lucroy, his first plate appearance. Begley started the game behind the plate, was pinch hit for. Matt Joyce pinch hit for him. That's when Lucroy came into the game.
He went 0 for 2 last night, couple strikeouts. Look ahead of him 0-2. Ran it in on his hands, fouled it off. Mariners in the 8th. Segura, Cano, and Cruz will be coming up.
It looks like they're going to face the former Mariner, Fernando Rodney. Pitched the 8th inning.
On 2 strikes. There's Fernando. All 2 strikes here. Swing and a miss. done by Ryan Cook. 2 up, 2 down via the strikeout. Baltimore Orioles come to town Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Bark in the Park. The last one is coming up on Wednesday. And then Yankees blow into town. They begin their West Coast trip tomorrow here in Oakland. Mariners will see San Diego. Then the last road trip, Anaheim, Houston, and Texas. Top of the order, here's Marcus Semien. 2-run single in the 6th inning, 1 for 3. Two and one. Three balls, 1 strike to Semien. Matt Chapman on deck. Free pass after a couple of strikeouts, a walk now.
And then with the walk, James Pazos just starting to get loose.
Now batting third baseman.
Also just recalled.
For Chapman today, he was 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Trying to get a final out here in the 7th. Mariners got their run in the 1st inning. He's tied it in the 5th. Home run by Piscotty, and then put 4 on the board in the 6th. 2-run single by Semien, RBI by Lowry, and another one by Piscotty. Runner goes, throw down to second, offline D. Late getting there, and getting over to third is Semien. 14th stolen base. 2 on Zunino allows Semien to third.
It's like a pretty good pitch to throw on. Never squared up his shoulders, trying to get rid of it quickly because of the jump by Semien. As he goes into center field, he cruises into third.
1-1 pitch. Good job by Zunino. 2-1. Ryan Cook, 4th man out of the pen here today. Felix Hernandez went 5+, 4 runs, all earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a homer, 2 wild pitches. Two. Healy will give it a go. Be careful. Just missed.
Really good effort on it, though. Ryan obviously familiar with this area and how much room he has, and that was going to be close to the wall. Goes into a slide, one to protect himself, but also right off the end of the glove, trying to get to the baseball.
I believe this is a multi-purpose stadium. This is the last of that breed from the 60s. 2-2. Haniger circling in. He is right there. 2-hand catch, beat the sun there. Now to the 8th. Segura, Cano, and Cruz coming up. 5-1 Athletics. Back to the 6th inning, proved to be pivotal. Here's Simeon.
Base hit off the end of Kyle's glove will drive in a couple of runs, and for the A's, not a lot of opportunities today. Jed Lowry driving in a run. Just a couple of hits with runners in scoring position, but that has been the difference in the game. 2 for 5 for the A's.
6th inning, 9 men to the plate, 4 runs on 4 hits. Familiar face here, Fernando Rodney. He's got Segura, Cano, and Cruz.
2.47 ERA for him. Opponents hitting .233. He's given up 5 home runs. Fastball changeup. His average fastball 94 miles an hour. Although, as we've already seen in this series, he can still hit 96.
At 41 years old. There's Gene's numbers against Fernando. 0 for 3 today. Thought he was posing as a statue out there for a while.
The same thing. He has 2 pitches. Fastball changeup.
.48 saves for the Mariners a few years ago. Club record. Edwin Diaz broke it this year. Hitting 51. Segura first time up, flied out to center, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. 7th inning, in the 5th inning, flied out to left field. Simeon spins and throws, safe. Good speed by Segura to beat it out. Base runners, that's what the Mariners are looking for.
And I think this is concentration by Simeon. He makes the play, but he forgets who's running. Segura, who can really get down the line, and Simeon taking his time as he spins around.
Glad to see Gene did not injure his ankle. That flying leap at the bag.
Well, the surprise is Simeon took this much time. He catches it, spins around.
Yeah,
And then an extra crow hop that he had, and that was the difference.
Indeed.
Break for the Mariners.
Take it. Here's Cano. Looks at strike 1. So another single for Gene Segura, 123. That's tops in the American League. Sharply hit, base hit by Robbie Cano. Segura will hold. Gotta be careful. This is what you're looking for.
Yes.
Couple of men aboard.
Couple of pitches in the middle of the plate to Robbie. As he hits the line drive, thought about it again. The Mariners down 4 runs. Don't want to take any chances. Nelson Cruz. Nelson not completely healthy today. It's issues trying to run. He has stayed in the ball game.
Drove in the Mariners' only run. Base hit up the middle that hit the second base bag. Allowed Haniger to score in the 1st inning. Some good numbers. Runners in scoring position. 12th in the major leagues in that category, and Fernando taking a lot of time. Strike 1 to Nelly. Definitely not at 100%. 0-1 to Cruz. Foul off. 0-2. Denard Span's on deck. Vino in the 7th, Rodney in the 8th. And no doubt timing will come on in the 9th inning. Replement aboard. Ellie trying to make something happen.
Lays off the changeup. That's why you'd like to at least score a couple of runs here with Trinan, who's their closer and having a terrific year.
One-two pitch. Oh man, he had a good rip.
98 miles an hour on that last fastball. He fouls it straight back.
He's still in pain. Look at that. Still turns it loose. And already 1-2 pitch. Down the line, foul.
It's battling. Not easy to swing the bat the way that he does, knowing that you're instantly going to be in pain, but he's trying to do some damage.
Infield hit for Segura. Cano, base hit to center. Now Cruz 1-2. Got a piece of that.
This situation you can see with Rodney, the velocity has jumped up. He's been 96 to 98 to Nelson Cruz.
Time granted. 5-1. A's lead. Mariners won 2 games in this series. The A's won. Yankees already have checked in with a loss. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. One out here in the 8th.
Fastball, probably belt high. Nelson just a little bit late on the fastball. It will be Denard Span. Nobody else getting loose in the pen for the A's.
Right in his wheelhouse. Here's Span. Double, fouled out to the third baseman and struck out looking. First pitch strike from Rodney.
Just back and forth, fastball, changeup. Trying to work the edges of the plate. Plenty of time for Pazos to get loose.
Into it, 97, bringing it. Trying to build a threat here, trying to score first and second, 1 out. Healy's on deck. Span's got a battle here, 0-2. Ball and 2 strikes.
Denard can work a walk or pick up a base hit, find a way. Healy waiting on deck with his 24 home runs.
There we go, 1-2. Did not go, says Adrian Johnson, umpire at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not easy to lay off of the changeup down out of the strike zone when he's throwing 96 to 98 miles an hour, but there's the check swing.
We've seen that before.
A few times.
Bradley's ready with the 2-2 pitch. No play for Chapman.
Well, Nelson had a battle, and we're seeing the same thing from Span. He's not going to give in. What you would expect from your veteran players.
One more time at 2-2. Swing and a miss. Is that changeup. 2 big strikeouts for Fernando Rodney. 2 out, 2 on.
And for Rodney, he's not trying to hit the edges of the plate. It's the back and forth with his fastball and changeup, and he's just going to try to throw his fastball as hard as he possibly can. Some run with the changeup that time, turned it over a little bit, ended up off the plate away. Romero Supermo, you could see him turn the changeup over, and then the run, the late movement on it to the outside corner just off the plate.
Ryan Healy gets a chance here. 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs and a walk. Way foul.
Yeah. In front of a changeup. Blake Trinan just starting to get loose in the pen for the A's. Saw Diaz get a 4-out save last night.
One to Healy. Fernando is ready with a 1-1.
Out in front on a couple of changeups. 84, 85 miles an hour on the changeup today. 96 to 98 with the fastball.
Well, you just hope you can get the pitch you're looking for at that opportunity.
Or he makes a mistake with the changeup. If he leaves the changeup up out over the plate, you can adjust to that. If it's down, it's difficult to. You'll swing right through it.
1-2. 2 out, 2 on. Pitch. Hit the other way. That's going to get down. Here comes Gene. He's rounding on a score. Robbie's getting to third. So Ryan Healy continues his hot hitting. Plates a run to make it a 5-2 ball game. Healy with a 5-game hitting streak now. Ryan Healy 8 for his last 20. Picks up an RBI at 67th.
Able to win the battle, and after a couple of changeups to get ahead of him, Rodney throws him a fastball. Top of the zone, out over the plate.
Number 15.
A solid line drive into right center field. Lucroy, catcher, making a trip out to the mound right now. Laureano will get it back in.
So now Kyle Seager, the tying run to the plate.
And Bob Melvin is going to go to his closer.
Rodney gives up a run, has a couple of men aboard. Blake Trinan will take over. And Trinan to face Seager. Seager's 2 for 6 against it. Back with more right after this. Pick up a run.
A good adjustment to get to the fastball, 96 miles an hour, and that was after a couple of changeups to get ahead of him, but he hits the ball the other way.
They bring in 30-year-old Blake Trinan out of Wichita, Kansas, 3rd leading save man in the American League. He's been just off the chart.
34 saves, ERA under 1. 0.94, 91 strikeouts in 67 innings. Opponents hitting 171. He's only given up 2 home runs this year. Average fastball at 97 miles an hour and a slider.
Diaz with 51 saves, Kimbrel with 37, then Trinan. Popped it up. Pinder. Mariners are going to get a run, lead 2. We go bottom 8, 5-2 ball game. Love the shout outs from Europe. Good stuff. Here's James Pazos.
To see him back with the club, this will be his 50th appearance on the year. A 2.68 ERA, 35 strikeouts, over 10 walks, giving up a couple of home runs this year. Average fastball 94 miles an hour, and a slider.
He's got to go 3, 4, and 5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Jed Lowry. Mariners top 9 will have Zunino, Gordon, and Haniger scheduled.
Justin Grimm getting loose for the Mariners, also just called up.
One Lowry. RBI single to right back in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Two balls, 1 strike. Ending, make that the game started off well enough with Mariners getting a run in the 1st inning. Felix Hernandez looked good. Took it into the 5th inning and gave up a home run to Piscotty. Tied it at 1-1. 6th inning, things came apart. 9 men to the plate, 4 runs on 4 hits.
Pazos going right at him. Fastball top of the zone. That last fastball at 94 miles an hour.
Two pitch to Lowry, leading off the 8th. Full count. Mariner pitching. Issued 4 walks today. 1 scored. That was a walk issued by Felix Hernandez. Three, 2. Leadoff walk in the 8th. There's Chris Davis. Been held in check today. 2 ground outs and a strikeout.
Chris Davis.
40 home runs on the year. Hit his 40th home run last night. Headed out to right field.
The glove of Zunino. A bit pass ball.
Pazos struggling with his control today. 7 pitches, just 2 strikes.
Another big year home run category for Chris Davis. Everything's right high and away.
Typical when that front shoulder flies open. Arm will lag behind, and that's what you get. Hopefully you can make an adjustment here. Well, Stottlemyre out of the dugout. Maybe go help him out. Get him back into the strike zone.
Davis leads the major leagues in home run with 40. Here's what's coming up next for the Mariners. The Orioles come to town. Ramirez, LeBlanc, and Leake. No word on when Marco Gonzalez will be back. His arm's still not a problem. It's just the neck and the back problems he continues to deal with. But just a miserable season for the Royals and Baltimore. Baltimore loses to the Royals today. That's loss number 97 for Baltimore. Justin Grimm appears to be ready.
Davis helping him out. Borderline pitch at best.
Two one. That's the kind of heater he's looking for. Pazos we're talking about.
On the outside corner and elevated. Typically he will be up in the strike zone. Be able to get it on the plate.
Up and in. Pazos trying to keep it right here at 5-2 A's. Nice Stoudemire Jr. A couple of thoughts there. Hopefully some things straighten out here for the remainder of this inning. 3-2 to Davis.
'93 in on his hands, tied him up.
Three consecutive years, 40 or more home runs with Oakland. First year, 2016, he went 42 and 102, 43 and 110, and he's 40 and 105 right now. 3-2 pitch.
Middle of the plate, 7 pitches so far.
Two pitch from Pazos. Strike 3 call, got him. Second time Davis is K'd today. Important first out. Time now for AT&T Achieving More. And Edwin Diaz, when he enters the game with a 1-run lead, 28 times. Just remarkable ERA. Opponents hitting a $1.72, 51 strikeouts, 5 walks, and a whip of 0.78. It's been incredibly valuable to the Mariners this year.
Matt Olson.
First pitch strike.
Olson 0 for 2. He's walked.
Beat him with 94, 0-2.
He's challenged him with the fastball. I haven't seen the slider yet.
Cano will not be able to get this. Haniger charging. Up with the throw. Runner held at third. Lowry, a base hit Olson.
One Scott Service out of the dugout. It'll be Justin Grimm, the right-hander, getting loose in the pen.
So Pazos, a walk, strikeout looking. There's a pass ball mixed in there and a base hit. Another pitching change for the Mariners. Will return Oakland right after this. damage, 5th inning. 2 out, nobody on. This was against Felix. This home run tied it at a run apiece. New pitcher is Justin Grimm.
With Kansas City, 16 appearances, high ERA for him, 12 2/3. He had 14 walks, so that was an issue. He has better command of the strike zone, struggled with it so far this year. He has a good fastball. Fastball at 93 miles an hour, curveball to go with it.
Mariner debut. At Tacoma, 1-0 at 1.64. ERA in 10 games. He's got the Scotty here. Foul off. 1 out, runners at first and third. Bring the 6th man out of the pen. He gives this one a ride, and that's long gone. 3-run homer, Stephen Piscotty. What a day. 5 ribbies for him. 2nd home run today. Got 21 on the season. Got 68 runs batted in. He has blown this game wide open.
Tried to get a fastball in on his hands. It was on the inside corner, belt high. But he found a way to get the barrel to it, driving it out of the ballpark. Now 21 home runs on the year.
That was big time. Strike to Laureano. Fouls one off. 0-2. Had to sound, had to look, and had to carry. Here comes Haniger. What a battle that was out there.
A little bit of wind, some sun. You're right, battling the whole way.
Brings up Chad Pinder. So that walk by Pazos, who walked his first man, that's the 2nd walk of 4 to score against Mariner pitching. Scotty with the 5 RBIs, ties his career best. 3rd time he's done that. He's a look at Emilio Pagan. Mariner for a brief time. Runs in. 1-2 count. 2 outs here in the 8th. That's well struck. Span will get it off the track.
3rd hit for Pinder on the day.
A double for Pinder. This is the 11th.
When you get a breaking ball, 83 miles an hour in the middle of the plate. He's hit the ball hard today.
There's Lucre. Ball one to Jonathan, struck out his first time up. That was in the 7th. Replacing Fegley, who had been pinch hit for in the 6th. This is playable for Healy. Scotty, a 3-run homer. He's driven in 5. Talk about a difference maker. Second home run of the afternoon. And he expands the Oakland lead to 8-2. Every Sunday for a new episode of Mariners All Access. Get exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. In this Sunday's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Last stops here for the Mariners. It'll be Mike Zunino to lead off against Blake Treinen. Zunino, Gordon, and Haniger. Mike with a bloop base hit in the 7th inning. Couldn't score. Mariners left 2 on. Mariners have left 8 men on today. A's are 3-3. Two pitch. Two. Mariners jumped it to an early lead. Haniger on a 1-1 pitch, opening up the ball game. Double to left. 2 outs later, Nelly singled him home. And the Mariners don't get another hit till the 7th inning. Felix and Edwin Jackson matched up in a 1-1 game. 5th inning for Scotty Homer to tie it at 1. Some ball up the middle. Here's Simeon, 1 out.
A 6-run lead. The Mariners should get some fastballs to hit from Treinen. He has a good fastball today. He's been 97, 98.
Number 9, D. Gordon.
Here's D, man, center field this afternoon.
Ground out, tried to bunt his way on, thrown out by Chapman and lined out to left. Count evens at 1-1. Detroit beat the Yankees earlier today. Coming up tonight, Angels at Houston. Shohei Ohtani will get the start for the Angels. 1-1.
Cut fastball that time. This two-seamer has a lot of run to it, even though it's 97, 98. We were talking about it earlier, Dave, just the amount of movement that Trinan has on his fastball.
It's crazy. All 2 strikes to D. On the ground, handled easily by Olsen, 2 down. Top of the order, Mitch Haniger. Double walk, foul out, and a strikeout. Mitch to left field. Long run towards the line, makes the catch is Chad Pinder, and that is the ball game as the A's win at 8-2, split this series 2 games apiece. A disheartening loss for the Mariners.
Mariners were hoping to do a little better than that, but they will end up with a split, so they're going to hope to have a really good homestand. We'll start with Baltimore tomorrow, 3 with Baltimore, then the Yankees come in for the weekend, and they finish with 2 with Kansas City, so there's still some opportunity, but they will need some help.
And the Yankees open up a series here tomorrow against Oakland. Next 3 days, I'll catch you on the radio with Rick Riz. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Ryan and Andrew.